Let's quickly look at some historical events in history. This 19th of September, well, we're starting with 1946. But what happened in 1946?
Yeah, 46, the Council of Europe was founded following a speech by Winston Churchill at the University of Zurich.
Okay, another interesting issue happened in 1970 this day. A young man known as Kostas Djoukakis, a Greek student of geology, set himself ablaze in Maluti Square in Geneva. That was in Italy. Well, it was as a protest against the dictatorial regime of Georgios Papadoulos. That's the man who was in charge of the country at that point in time. Well, the question is, you set yourself ablaze because you want
Because
to have a protest, because of protesting against the government.
we can't do that now. When you want to protest, you can even protest in your house. Just do it.
Some people have protested and saying, I'm not going to eat
for days.
Some people have
But
protested
setting
saying,
oneself
I will not be
ablaze,
eating, I will not
wow.
be eating meat. I will
For
not be eating fish. And that is
that is
protesting. Well, this is a man who understood what,
what protest really meant then,
he set
child.
himself ablaze. Okay, that was in 1970.
All right, 1983, St. Kitts and Nevis gained its independence. The Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis is an island country in the West Indies. It is the world's smallest sovereign federation. The country is a Commonwealth realm with King Charles III as the king and head of state. It is only sovereign federation in the Caribbean.
That is one of the areas where King Charles
Yes.
happens to be ruling over. Okay, 19th September 2006, the Thailand army staged a coup. The constitution was revoked and martial law was declared. Now, this is the Army of Thailand and the oldest and largest branch of the Royal Thai Armed Forces.
Well, in 2010, the leaking oil well in the Deepwater Horizon oil spill was sealed. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill was an industrial disaster that began on 20th April 2010 off the coast of the United States and the Gulf of Mexico on the BP-operated Makinde prospect and considered to be the largest marine oil spill in the history of the petroleum industry.
Okay, this oil spill happened sometime in April, 20th of April.
Yeah,
And by 19th of September,
so
it
sealed.
was sealed. And it made history. So you can imagine how many oil spills we have had here. And we are still having. Oh my God, this is interesting. Okay, so let's go to 19th September 2016. In the wake of a manhunt, the suspect in a series of bombings in New York and New Jersey was apprehended after a shootout with police. On September 17th to 19th, 2016, three bombs exploded and several unexploded ones were found in the New York metropolitan area. The bombings left 31 people wounded, and eventually, like we mentioned when we started that particular event, the young man was apprehended eventually. But in some part of the world, you will you will even know them, you will know where they are, but
And
you
you
will never
just
be able to apprehend.
you just leave them there.
You just leave them there. So we can learn from what is happening in other climes. And of course, that we will also be able to
do
do
the right
the
thing.
right things. Thank you very much for joining us. That's the historical event in history this morning. Shortly, we'll be going into the discussion and looking at some very, very striking events, especially the 11 times of Queen Elizabeth II, and also pick some lessons from it. Stay with us.
Okay.
Mhm. This morning, it's Monday, it's 19th of September, and it's 2022. No doubt about that. It's a very, very remarkable day. It happens to be one of the days that will be going down in history. By the time we're talking about this day next year, I'll be saying that it's the day that Queen Elizabeth
Was
the
buried.
second was buried. Right now, Buckingham Palace and, of course, the entire London is bubbling. A lot of people are coming around. When I say bubbling, in quote now, because they are referred to as mourners, people are
Mm.
coming to really mourn and, of course, to bid her farewell. That is a picture of the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, also signing the register,
Condolence register.
saying some very colorful things about the late Queen Elizabeth. And, of course, other world leaders like the President of America, Joe Biden, and many other people are already arriving in London. Well, so many things to say about this lady, and so that's why we need to look at what leadership means to people like that, because the world generally looks to such figures
Mm.
wanting to pick cues.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
how are things
gain.
supposed to be
Yes.
done? They learn from people like that, people who have seen civilization, as more of an initiated civilization, you know. And when we were doing some background check on this woman, at a particular point in time, we discovered that she became the queen at a time when the world was just recovering from World War II,
Mm.
and at that point in time, she could sit back
And
in the
just,
palace,
I'm
throw
still
others
young.
around. She was
Yes.
very young, very beautiful and articulate. And then she just could throw others around, other people around as the queen, sit
Mm-hmm.
on a palace and all that. But she didn't do that. Can you
Was
believe that she
evolved.
also enlisted and she was in the army,
Mm.
as a truck mechanic? So
Wow.
if you're a mechanic out there, you think what you are doing is not, hey, forget it, you're a big
Your
man.
time
No.
will come.
The Queen of England was a mechanic. She was a truck mechanic for the army, at the point, serving her nation, And one other thing that we should also uh, try to put in perspective is when we say, oh, the role she played in colonization, the role she plays in
In
this,
this,
she
in
played in
that.
that. The truth was she was serving her country.
And so she had to do the
She
best for
had
her
to.
country.
She was simply serving her
Ah.
country with all
And so she had to
enthusiasm, with
look
all
for
the
ways
power,
to better the lot of her country.
because
So
the issue
whatever
of
way she took.
colonization had been there before she became queen at all. And since she became queen, she had to also, ensure that she represented our nation very
Well,
well. Now, someone mentioned this morning that when she came to Nigeria at that material time, when she came around to Nigeria, maybe during the independence and all
mm,
that, she actually slept at the Jebu Ode.
Ijebu Ode
She lodged at the
lele.
Jebu Ode. And I'm sure the Nigerian government would have wanted to put her somewhere else,
Yeah. But she
somewhere
just
more
said yes,
cozy,
Ijebu Ode
more
is it.
Palucia and all
Mm.
that. But that's very interesting thing, man. So many things that we can keep talking about on and on. And know that you must also have been able to articulate a lot of things. And interestingly, some of our callers this morning said they were actually there, in
When she came
1960,
there.
1958,
Yeah.
1960, when she came around and all that. Like they were there, some of them even lined up as they were pupils. They were little girls and boys at that point in time, lined up at the railway station and
Mhm.
the airport, welcoming the Queen of England to Nigeria at that point in time. Interesting that we still have a lot of people around who witnessed those days. But where were you at that time?
Debo, please seal your mouth.
No. Just try
Me
and recall.
1950.
Maybe I should have asked mommy, not you. Okay.
You can imagine.
All right now.
All right, the story of how Queen Elizabeth II became the Queen of England teaches us that power is bestowed on persons by providence and not by how good you are in lobbying, not gun or deceitful promises. Your religion does not matter if you're a leader, or you are in leadership. Queen Elizabeth's rise to the throne was a design of the supreme being. She was born a princess by virtue of her father being a prince, but she was not positioned to occupy the exalted office of the Queen of England then. She became the Queen at age 25, not by guns and dollars, but by providence. On October 21, 1966, an avalanche of mud, water, and debris from a coal mine buried an elementary school in the South Wales village of Aberfan, killing 116 children and 28 adults. Though Prince Philip arrived in Aberfan a day after the disaster, the Queen, fearing her presence would distract from rescuing and recovering those that are under the rubble, this poorly thought decision caused a great deal of bad publicity for the Queen, who had long enjoyed the adoration of the public. When she eventually went and met with the parents and relatives of the deceased, she was saddened by their state. Report has it that the late queen regretted the decision not visiting Aberfan as she went. And this teaches us that when we are in public, where we are serving, we need to have good public relations with people. The question is, what is the level of the cordiality between the government and the government in Nigeria? Because she delayed just a week, she felt so bad. Well, another lesson we can learn in the life and times of the late Queen of England is that the women folks should not be relegated to the background. And somebody said it this morning. That
Mm.
is Elder Semibawo,
Yeah,
telling the women that yes, especially those in OGPC,
they
you're
should
trying,
rise to the
yes,
challenge and also
try to the
appreciate
challenge,
those who have been
yes.
doing what they're doing.
So she had about 16 countries under her as the Queen of England, and she was able to coordinate them as a head of state. So if you say we women as women are not relevant, then we are not saying anything at all. So we see women are relevant. If the Queen did it, then we can also do it. And the issue of growth and development of countries and nations, we should take care and we should take cue rather and lessons from Queen Elizabeth II during her lifetime. She showed remarkable resilience, strength, and tolerance throughout her reign as monarch that will serve as a template for women all around the world.
Yeah, most definitely a template for women all around the world. Not just women, to traditional rulers, to president of nations, to prime ministers, to governors, and everyone who has one official leadership role or the other. Now, the Queen's role as a monarch are purely traditional, but the Queen embraced technology. History had it that in 2014 she sent her first tweet. She tweeted in 2014 and she was trying to tell the world that look, it's the new season.
I'm now compliant.
Yeah, it's a new season, the season of technology. Everybody should embrace the new change that is coming. Normally when you have people like that, they are purely traditional people, and most of them resist change. But for her, she embraced change and she was encouraging the world leaders to also embrace change. Now, I can imagine who is a leader today or whoever is a leader today and says whatever technology is not to be embraced. The person is going to be left behind because the world has moved, since. And she was a shining example in that. She stayed in touch with subjects, and she did so much to ensure that she had personal contact and relationship with those who were with her. It was said that she attended almost all public functions that she was built to attend. She was always there personally, and that was something that a lot of leaders should also pick you for. Should be personally involved in activities around the organization, around wherever you are administering. Okay, not just to saddle with responsibility and delegate people for everything. When people see you being active, those who are your subject, they see you being active, always in service. They know that they can't even sit down when a guy is walking. So why should you sit back? So these are some of the things that people have been saying about the woman. I mentioned that she also served in the army.
Yeah.
You should always learn to serve the country, to serve the nation, to give your best to the nation.
Not just sitting and just giving others. She was really,
because she
really
was
involved.
the queen. She was also involved. She was a truck mechanic, for the Nigerian army.
Debor.
Okay, so interesting. So let's open the lines, and we'll be picking some of our very, very remarkable strengths as we continue. And also, we want to hear from you and learn from you as well. What encounter probably you had with the Queen, if you ever had one, or probably you heard or learned something about her, or you want us to just we want to call our attention to something about her too, about her life, about everything that she represented while she was there. She's being buried today, and of course, a big tribute to her. OGBC 90.5 FM.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Mm.
Wow. Wow. Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
Elder. We appreciate you. 0803-437-9453, 0815-032-0226.
Hello,
Hello,
good
good morning.
morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I am Ayola Odusanya from Jebu.
Welcome on board, sir.
As in Bravo, I was a witness seeing an angelic face.
Oh.
We lined up. I was 2 months into missionary teaching.
Oh.
Those of us from Jebu, we brought our pupils to Oru on our way from Djibouti to Ibadan, the Western region capital. So she was in her youth, as others have been saying. The old road was Lagos, Ikorodu, Shagamu, and all that. Going to that's old road, going to Idiayure and so forth. So I join others wishing that her soul be be received into paradise by the Almighty God. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
I can imagine
There was a
seeing,
teacher there
yeah,
taking the pupils
Oh.
to line up to welcome the Queen. Hello, good morning. Good morning,
Morning.
sir.
Hello, good morning.
morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning,
Morning.
sir.
My name is Chief Sunday Liberty for my boyhood.
Welcome on board, sir.
In actual fact, when the late Queen Elizabeth II visited Nigeria, that was in the year 1956, she came from Lagos to Abeokuta by train. I was one of those who went to him at Lafenwa station. She stood up in the train with her husband, named Duke of Edinburgh.
Yeah, Prince Philip.
So that is the story.
Thank
So
you.
in the year 1956,
Oh, yeah.
I remember vividly I was in primary six. And
Wow.
I went to boys school, Lafenwa.
Wow, you're a big boy there, no chief. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate
See
you.
you payment.
Thank you. Primary six, that big boy,
Big boy.
the highest class
Abio
in the school that time.
Makame 6 waving to the queen.
Senior,
Yay.
senior. Okay, that was a very experience, a very fond memories, no doubt. We appreciate it. 0803-437-9453 and 0815-032-0226. Queen Elizabeth II of England, the late Queen, is to be laid to rest today. World leaders are all on the way to the UK. So most of them are ready. Most of them are there already. And a lot of mourners people are there to pay the last respect to the Queen before she is finally laid to rest. Well, we learned from her life and times everything she represented, everything she did while here, and that's why we and giving this very special tribute to her this morning. It's Morning Flight, OGBC. Shall we? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Oh, good morning. Welcome. Well, also thank you. I wanted to ask Olafe Tubosu if he also whipped at the Queen back in 1960. Okay, it's Morning Flight on OGBC 0803 437 9453 0815 032 0226.
Nǹkan tó jí mi ẹ̀mú fún lọ́wọ́ náà ni.
Yeah, but
Bí tí ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ tán, bí tí ẹ ṣe tán.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, OGBC.
Welcome on board.
Yeah, in 1956, I was a student at St. Peter's School. But we had to come to radio station to welcome the Queen
Oh, yeah.
with our flags on. All students we lined along the Yo-Yo line. We were waving our British flag.
Okay.
She was in her open shade so that we can easily see her
Yeah.
plainly. So it was a great deal that
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for sharing with us.
Ṣé táyà ní sọ yìí? Ó wá sọ́dọ̀ tiwa. Oyin.
Morning, sir.
a very beautiful morning to you.
I wish you the same, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Wole Osheni. I'm calling from Ilaro.
Welcome.
My concern is this. As Queen Elizabeth II is being laid to rest today after leading her people for 77 years, we have been positive stories about any of our leaders of today in Nigeria, whichever level, be it the presidency, be it the governor, be it the local government council chairman or whatever. Can we tell this type of positive stories about any of our leaders? We were told the word of Queen Elizabeth. If it were Nigerian leader, do you think the word would be at that rate? That is thought for everybody to think about. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you.
morning, sir. 0803-437-9453 and 0815-032-0226.
The life and times of Queen Elizabeth II. What can we learn from our leadership? What can we learn from our personal life? One important lesson from the Queen's life and times is a reported unquantifiable tolerance. This was a woman who was brought up in the okay. Where's the call?
Hello,
Hello,
good
good morning.
morning. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Yes, this is what we are going to do. Some are very active about Adeyinka, the role she played with regard to children, with regard to absorbing sacrifice and so on. However, we also have people like that, and they are still celebrating them. Our Madam Tinubu was initially a leader, but eventually she wrote about that unwholesome trait, and we accepted that. What we need to get is that, irrespective of the ways they are present our life, the
Hmm.
We have so many service organizations with no scholarship, and without like what we are doing, or like where we live in Africa, without knowing from Adam, we will get benefit, both benefit. So I think that's the lesson for us to learn in Africa.
Hmm.
Yes. Because when we're in position to activate, we shouldn't just grab. We should grab that from that very that thinking of as a continent, especially Africa. So we need to know that the wealth should go around, opportunities should go around, and it is not until someone knows somebody that knows somebody and all those things that whoever helps you to just get I thank God for the opportunity I had as not the country, and I have had great opportunity that was not even planned, that God just said that yes, this is the man that I'm going to make all the service opportunities. And charity, I have all because of service organization, Association of Commonwealth University, that the Queen actually nation. Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right, thank
Doctor.
you.
We appreciate you.
Yes, so talking about the life and important lessons to learn. She took the the throne and was she did it well. She just she was able to steer the crown in a way that it is still relevant in the 21st century. She was an enigmatic entity to an institution that we all have come to revere and adore. The question is how many traditional institutions have achieved that. Many traditional institutions today have succumbed to politics and put the exalted institution in disrepute. There is no time in recent history that we heard that the Queen was involved in partisan politics. Rather, she was famous for a non-partisan role in politics and upholding the values of the crown. So many lessons to be learned from the lives and times of the Queen. So let's have yours if you have one. 0803-437-9453 or 0815-032-0226.
Beautiful morning, 90.5 FM OGBC. Today we join the nation in mourning the state funeral of Her Majesty the Queen as she takes the she has taken the final bow as we lay her to rest. Queen Elizabeth II will be remembered for a lifetime of dedicated service to her nation and the Commonwealth. Really, that was work out to all the nations that were colonized by Great Britain at that point in time. And I don't think she should be blamed for the role she played in that regard, because the question we should be asking ourselves is, what does our nation stands for? What are the ideas of our nation that we all are pursuing? What are we passionate about that is an objective, a goal that our nation is pursuing?
That is really meant for our nation. That is supposed to bring the goodwill to our nation.
That's the question, because she was all alive. It was dedicated service to our nation. And that was why she played all the roles that, people encouraged and eulogized her for, and those people also castigated her for. Whatever it is that she has been able to do, well, to the best of consciences, maybe she has satisfied hers. And, well, she's in the hands of God right now, and we can only pray for her soul. And at this point in time, we also want to say, God bless the Queen.
Yes. God, like
in
you said,
heaven.
she's in God's hands now.
So God bless the King. Pray that King Charles now is in charge in the United Kingdom right now, and we just wish them very well, the best. Just like we also pray for our nation, Nigeria, to be able to stand tall in the midst of all the challenges and overcome those challenges. And of course, Bunmi and I, we also keep doing our best. Dedicated service, just like we do every Monday. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The best for our nation, the best for our country, the best for OGBC, the best for the state,
and the best for Nigeria,
and the best for me,
and the best for me, and the best for she,
and for she. And the best for Belgium and for
the best for Samuel.
It's just the way it should be. We appreciate you for joining us this morning and for sharing those very memorable moments with us. Those who were pupils,
those who were teachers,
those who were teachers,
those who benefited directly.
Very, very lovely testimonies. We appreciate all of you. At this point, I want to say a big thank you to the production crew.
From the newsroom, Temitope Ogbechi and Femi Fadeyi, ICT, Daniel Usipo and Olumide Adedeji, the soundman Samuel Odunleye, Abiodun Adelodun produced. My name is Bunmi Makinde. Live right, live once. Once is enough to live right.
Debor Adeyinka is my name. Please enjoy your day. God bless you.
Drop with the account number.
I said account number. Who is the leader of the team?
Who is the leader of the team?